On.
Awesome.
Awesome, hey bro.
Awesome, yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
It's the Holy Chef Glow with the Flow late show tonight. We're here with Wade Lightheart. Popular demand. Everybody's asking for us to do another show. We're probably going to be doing this on a regular basis just because we vibe so well. So today we're going to be talking about, it's been in the news, a lot of people are going through this and talking about information overload. So we're just going to let it fly. We don't have anything that we planned for this, but just enjoy, sit back, and we're just going to go for it.
Just go with the flow, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just been something that's happening, especially with all the information that's been hitting all of us on the internet. And a lot of people are having a hard time, like even, what do I do? I'm learning all this information. I'm paying a ton of money to learn all these new skills on the internet. And, but I feel stuck. I feel like overwhelmed with information coming from every direction. Where do I go from there? And so we're going to help you with that. So Wade, do you have any recommendations on how to filter through all the different information? That's
Sure. I mean, in my own journey, I remember studying things, and I first got aware of conflicting information, because not only are we getting subjected to a lot of information, it's conflicting. So wait a minute, how come everybody's not agreeing? What the heck's going on? What is the truth? What is right? What is the information that I need? And I think there's a couple of things we've got to talk about here when where people are having the challenges in life. So I call it a couple of things. I say, the great thing about information age today is you can learn a lot of information really quickly. You can access information like never before. The problem is determining what's the quality of the information and what value does it have in my life right now. And at what point are you taking in too much information, or you're becoming information overloaded, as opposed to taking action? And I think now we have a thing, and I coin it analysis paralysis. In other words, we start making so many inroads and subjecting ourselves to so many different opinions and so many seemingly opposing opinions that we can't make a decision. And I'm seeing it happen all the time. And you can walk into the Future Shop or like a big store, right, like Best Buy or something, and you look there, and I'm not a technologically great individual, and I'm looking at this, and there's there's 15 different video cameras there, with each one's got a whole range of features and buttons and megs and storage and pixels and all this stuff, and the guy's telling me this, and if you're doing this, and are you loading this for uploads or internet, or is it interfacing with your Mac or your PC, or you can just put this wire on, it's got a battery pack, but if you have the battery pack, you need more Ks, and if you don't have more Ks, you got to put the chip in, and the chip will save you money, but if you do the add-on, you have this booster pack, and you're going, dude, I just want a camera that works. And, it's the magic that I think that the iPhone gives. Why do I have an iPhone? And this is not a pitch for iPhones. It's got one button. Every time I get lost, I press the one button, and I get back to some place I recognize. Genius runs to simplicity.
Yes.
But as a society, we are addicted to complexity. In other words, the more complex, the more, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious something is, the greater and better and smarter it's supposed to be. And we get glamorized, or sucked into the glamorization of multiple figures. For example, I have this phone that has all these applications and stuff. What do I use it for? I use it for calling people, I use it for emails, and I use it for text messaging, basically. And I check the weather on it. Very, very few. Like, there's 100,000 applications for that phone. I use maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. But you know what? My ego likes that I can access 100,000. Right. So really what happens with information, it's ego gratification. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting pumped up or puffed up with the I know something more than you.
Inflation.
The inflation.
Yeah, I'm separated from you because I'm smarter than you. I know more than you. Mm-hmm. You know, I can access more information than you, which makes me more money than you.
And so what does that lead to? Well, that's another term I coined. It's the dance of delusion in the land of confusion. Okay? So basically, and a lot of times this would come across, and I know like some people will talk about this on my emails. Like if you go to my Lightheart, or you go to like Maximum Vital Power, you see some of this stuff, or some of the coaching calls we do. And people are like, they'll email us and they'll text us, oh, Wade, oh, you're the great teacher, or you're our leader, or you're this or that. You got to realize we're not interested in that kind of propagation that is so popular, the guru-itis. There is a new inflation today called guru-itis. And what that itis means an inflammation in the body. Well, now we have an inflammation in consciousness with the development of all these gurus. Right? One time, guru was a spiritual guy that helped you clarify and remove darkness. Guru means remove darkness and let the light of wisdom shine inside you. Now, guru is the self-styled new title of how I know something more than you, and I'm supposed to share this to you from my position of highness and mightiness and information dominance. So the manipulation or withholding of information, and only you can get this information if you're part of our insider group, or you're part of the elite, or you're the part of the second level, and the fourth triage, and the eighth hierarchy.
Join my membership.
Right. We're going to go on that whole thing one day. We're going to create a whole spill on that. So we're going to get back to the information thing. So you see how you get hooked into the information. You see how it pulls you in, and you get sucked into the field, and all of a sudden you're marching down the information highway, and you don't know where you are. And this is classically happens in our education system now. Put it this way, okay? I went to regular school for 12 years. I attended university for another 4 years. So we have 16 years of formalized education. When I got out of there, you know what I knew? Nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. What I knew, it was actually less than nothing. And I'll tell you why I knew less than nothing. Because what I did know wasn't able to produce the results that I wanted to produce. I don't think it's a coincidence that most of the great billionaires in the world have very low levels of formal education. And why is that? Because instead of reciting information and learning how to regurgitate that into some format that someone approves and says, yes, this is right and that's right. Instead, the focus of our education needs to be discerning what information is appropriate for me now, and teaching you how to learn as opposed to reciting information. And that's the difference. And I think as a society we failed horribly in how to help people discern and know what is truth and what is real. And therefore, I can determine the quality of information that I want. Right? So for example, levels of it, there are levels of awareness, and there are parcels of information that is appropriate at certain levels of consciousness. And then at that, as you progress, or as you master that level, you move on to another. So that is a natural progression or evolutionary thing that we can observe through all nature. And only you can determine the pace that you go through it, because some people can get stuck on something for a long time. Yeah. And sometimes you can just learn something really quickly with your aptitude or whatever it happens to be. So here we are today. We're in this paralysis, right? And the best of times and the worst of times, as Charles Dickens said, you know?
Yeah.
Because we have this technology. We're here and sharing with you and, you know, having this conversation via the internet, which